Is the microphone working? Here we go. Okay, great. What I want to do is I want to take a few minutes to go over the assignment with you. You guys are going to be working at this at home, and of course we can address any questions you have tomorrow, but for now I want to give you an overview of your very first assignment. So keep in mind this is your first opportunity to impress me with an assignment, so I'm going to ask you to rise to that challenge and see what you can create. So this is the Fallacies in Action assignment, and I'm going to give you a quick overview. Of course, everything is posted on Google Classroom, and you can look at the details. But basically, this is an opportunity for you to apply, put together everything that we've learned. And the best part here is that you get to be creative, and this project or assignment can take any number of directions depending on your interests and your skill set. Okay, so the basics of the task is for us to do something with syllogisms and informal fallacies, and you're going to create some examples, and you're going to put them in a narrative. And the most important thing is that this is sort of a thematic assignment. So it's not just a series of unrelated examples, but everything is going to be put together. So the details goes over, the assignment details all the expectations, but what do you need to review? You need to review the 3 different kinds of syllogisms, and you can select 2. Okay, and you want 2 different kinds of syllogisms. It doesn't matter which ones you pick, but you have to create 2 sound examples. Of course, we know what sound means when we're referring to a syllogism. The next step is to review all of the informal fallacies, and we know there are far more options there than syllogisms, and that they're divided into relevance, presumption, and ambiguity. And what you need to do is pick 2 from each of those big categories. So 2 relevance, 2 presumption, 2 ambiguity, and then 2 from any across the collection of informal fallacies. So basically you're going to have a total of 10 logic-related examples in this narrative, okay? So what brings all this together? And the main challenge here is to create a narrative or a thread or a story or a concept, whatever you like, that connects all of these examples that you've created. It is easy. It's a homework assignment. Create 10 examples and just present them. That's not what this is about. This is asking you to kind of think about an overarching idea that is somehow going to connect them, okay? So how are you going to do that? And that's your job. That's where I want you to do some thinking. I want you to be creative, and I want you to challenge yourself here. And there's tons of different ways you can approach this. My suggestion is always to think about something you're interested in or something that you're curious about, because if you pick the topic and you're curious about it, you're far more likely to actually be engaged and want to do this work. So I'm not going to assign you a topic. I'm going to let you pick what you think that is, like what you want to write about or create about or whatever. And that narrative that you create will include 8 informal fallacies and 2 sound syllogisms. That's all this is, okay? So what is that going to look like? Here are a couple of ideas. For the record, I am not going to give you a sheet with 75 possibilities and you pick one. I've given you some examples in the handout. I always hesitate to show exemplars in grade 12 because people are often very mark conscious, which I completely understand. And they think that, oh, that's what she wants, so I'm going to replicate that exactly. And that's not true. This is a creative assignment. I want you to create something that you think I'm going to want to see. So the onus is really on you here. I don't care how you structure your work for this one. But you can use, Google Slides if you want, and that's something that's been used an awful lot, both by teachers and students in this pandemic. So you can revert to that, or you can challenge yourself to go out of your comfort zone or do something different. Lots of you guys have taken media studies. Lots of you have an interest in things. So it can be an audio file. You could create a podcast, for example. You can make a movie. Lots of you know how to do that. You can write a story. It doesn't really matter what your narrative is. But the one thing they all have in common is that everyone will be presenting in class during our online class time, so you need to keep that in mind. You have to be able to have something to present to the class. Nobody wants to see a picture of a crumpled up piece of paper from the bottom of your knapsack. What people want to see is, I wonder how this person interpreted this, or how did this person run with this challenge? So attention to detail is really important. And remember that it's something you have to be able to present live to your peers. Now, lots of you I know don't like presentations, work around it, okay? You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. So you need to figure out a way that you can present your material that is engaging. So you can read something, you can present it, you can make slides, you can narrate it, you can video it. I don't really care. But choose something that you're familiar with in terms of technology. Choose something you're interested in terms of subject area, and then put it together, go creative, and you're going to make something awesome. And keep in mind, I really am open to a lot of ideas. So I've listed some in the sheets, and I don't care. It can be a podcast, a movie, a video, a documentary, a restaurant review. It doesn't matter. It can be serious. It can be a parody. Go with your interests. Go with your talents. Go with your curiosity. And I look forward to seeing the results. I will post the details of due dates and stuff on the Google Classroom. Okay, so good luck. And if you have any questions, we will talk about them tomorrow in class. Okay, have a great day.